Welcome to this week's edition of World Crisis Radio. This is Webster Tarpley reporting from Washington, D.C. It's the early afternoon of Friday the 13th of June, 2014. And we're watching these little arrows indicating the spearheads of the ISIS brigades move across northern Iraq under the command, of course, of the new Guderian al-Baghdadi. The difference, of course, being that this time it's largely an imposture. It is to a significant degree a dog and pony show, which unfortunately threatens to go very real. Baghdadi, like so many others, like Kumu in Libya, like Shiri in Yemen, Baghdadi is a graduate of the U.S. military prison camp system. As a matter of fact, he got a 4-year degree. Baghdadi was held in Camp Bokka from 2005 to 2009. And if you look earlier this week, in a rather timely way, I must say, I have an interview from last Saturday morning with Press TV precisely on this, that Guantanamo Bay is a training school. It's a military academy for terrorists. And let the same be said for places like Abu Ghraib and Camp Bokka and other such places. So Baghdadi, the previous founder of Al-Qaeda in Iraq, now the founder of, or the boss of ISIS. Now, concerning ISIS, this is actually a misnomer. It's really Islamic Emirate of Iraq and Sham, okay? So Islam and Sham, of course, what the Arabic for the Roman province of Syria. So Islamic Emirate of Iraq and Syria, if you will, IEIS. But let's go along with the normal usage. ISIS is easier and quicker to say, and people tuning in late will get the idea. So what is this? Well, we have, of course, been following the existence of death squads in this critical area, Mesopotamia, the Fertile Crescent, over to the Mediterranean, for many years. And it goes back to Negroponte, the architect of the death squads in Central America, moved over to Iraq, and his disciple, Ambassador Ford. So these characters have been working away on that for the past 7 to 8 years or more, and now we're seeing the fruition. Specifically, the overlord, the warlord of the ISIS, Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant, another way to put it. But ISIS, the boss of this is Prince Abdul Rahman Al Faisal. And this is not just anybody. Prince Abdul Rahman Al Faisal happens to be the brother of Prince Saud Al Faisal, who is the long-serving foreign minister of Saudi Arabia, and a guy that I knew in college. My heavens, he graduated from Princeton in 1966, member of Ivy Club. We never saw him. He was always skiing in Switzerland, of course, but probably had somebody writing his term papers and so forth. But Prince Abdul Rahman Al Faisal is the brother of Saud Al Faisal and of Prince Turki Al Faisal, who has been the Saudi ambassador to the United States, to the United Kingdom, and is a prominent guy. So this is a rather important branch of the Saudi royal family, and that is the command structure. Goes back to these Saudis. So the idea is a joint operation. We have to be careful with this now. See, we just do the ones that we know are immediately involved. Is the United States, certainly, France, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey are indispensable for the operation that we're seeing. So the Islamic Emirate of Iraq and the Levant, or ISIS, in Arabic it sounds like Daesh or something similar. This is now sweeping across northern Iraq. And just like the Guderian episode, you have to ask yourself, of these military units that are melting away, how many are doing that deliberately? How many have been bribed? The U.S. has been bribing Iraqi generals going back to the first Gulf War of the 1991. And remember that Guderian's success was not all due to Guderian, but to the fact that General Hunsiger and General George and some other of the French generals that were facing the Ardennes breakout, a lot of those were defeatists. A lot of those were Vichy within a couple of weeks. A lot of those were people who said, better Hitler than Léon Blum of the French Popular Front. You get the idea. In other words, the political quality of those troops means a lot. And since that force was bribed and created by the United States, we really have to wonder why they are melting away so fast. At any rate, what we're seeing, therefore, is a planned destabilization. And we've got now this idea that a vast zone of terrorist rebels stretching from the eastern suburbs of Aleppo to the western and northern suburbs of Baghdad have now fallen under this ISIS. This is now the reason that's being given for all sorts of shocking developments. Obama just made a statement on television, getting ready to fly off to a meeting in California with American Indian activists, and he wants to go slow. And I would commend that. I would commend going slow. Being impetuous and trying to cater to the likes of John McCain will get you nowhere. I would recommend for people, take a look at the short article that's available on the Voltaire Network, Iraq under attack by U.S., France, Saudi Arabia. Again, Turkey is indispensable in this, and the other one about how it's this Prince Rahman, I guess we can call him, Prince Abdul Rahman Al Faisal, ARF, ARF. Abdul Rahman Al Faisal is actually the commander, and then his military guy is Baghdadi, 4-year degree from Camp Bokka. And you'll notice the entire coverage is anti-Maliki. The U.S. hates Maliki. Why? Maliki is a friend of Iran. Maliki is a satellite of Iran. And remember, going back to WikiLeaks, some of the WikiLeaks documents were designed to make Maliki look bad. Why? To make Alawi look good. Iyad Alawi, the eternal U.S. candidate to be the dictator of an anti-Iranian Iraq. That's Alawi. And yesterday on CNN, we had the ineffable Amanpour boasting that she had been talking on the phone with Alawi or meeting him in person in London. And he recommends a national unity government. So the idea is if this emergency is used to create a national unity government, that would then correspond to a weakening of the pro-Iranian side and a strengthening of the U.S., British, NATO puppet side. And that is, of course, possible. The Iranians are responding. The Quds Force, elite troops of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, are reportedly intervening in northern Iraq to shut down these characters. Because it's clear, as soon as ISIS meets serious military resistance, they're going to be revealed as just a bunch of crazies riding around in pickup trucks with machine guns on the back. So that is the idea. We'll be back in just a minute on World Crisis Radio.